I stand before you today to share a truth that has echoed throughout the ages, a truth that has shaped the destinies of those who dared to achieve greatness. That truth is this: if you are to reach the summit of your desires, you must force yourself to be consistent. Too many wander through life waiting for inspiration to strike, believing that success is the privilege of the fortunate or the chosen few. Yet success does not favor the lucky. It favors those who have the courage to stand tall, day after day, in pursuit of their goals. Consistency is the silent force that shapes your future. It is the quiet, unwavering commitment to act, even when enthusiasm wanes and the road grows hard. You see, in the world of achievement, discipline outshines fleeting motivation. Motivation is a spark that ignites the flame, but it is discipline, the steadfast resolve to act regardless of your feelings, that keeps that flame alive. Each day you rise to meet your obligations. Each day you choose to take a step forward. You build a bridge between your present self and the self you long to become. Do not be misled into believing that you must take monumental leaps at every turn. No, it is not the grand gestures that carve the path to greatness, but the humble, consistent actions repeated over and over again. Like a sculptor chiseling away at marble, it is through patient, deliberate effort that the masterpiece of your life emerges. When you force yourself to be consistent, you rise above the din of excuses and the weight of resistance. You banish the voice that whispers, "Not today," and replace it with the resolute command, "I will." In doing so, you declare mastery over your own mind. And make no mistake, your mind is both the battlefield and the prize. Train it to obey your will, and you unlock a power beyond measure. Let your efforts be fueled by a purpose so compelling that it seizes your soul and demands your loyalty. When you tether your actions to a mighty purpose, routine transforms into a sacred ritual. The mundane becomes meaningful. The struggle becomes a testament to your unwavering devotion. And when doubt creeps in, as it surely will, I urge you to close your eyes and paint a vivid picture of your future success. See yourself standing victorious, your goals realized, your dreams made flesh. Let that vision be the beacon that guides you through the darkness, the rallying cry that summons your strength when you are weary. Understand that you are not merely moving through the motions. You are forging a legacy. With each small act of discipline, you are casting a vote for the person you wish to become. You are stacking bricks upon the foundation of your destiny. And though the progress may seem slow, though the rewards may seem distant, trust that every effort is compounding. Every sacrifice is building the fortress of your future. Do not wait for the perfect moment, for perfection is an illusion that will steal your time and your dreams. Begin now, with what you have and where you are. Show up even when you feel unready. Act even when you feel uninspired. Let your consistency be the hammer that shapes the iron of your character. In the end, it is not the loudest voice or the flashiest start that triumphs. It is the one who endures, the one who refuses to surrender to comfort, who forces themselves to rise again and again. That is the person who conquers fear, who banishes self-doubt, and who claims victory over the obstacles that stand in their way. So I say to you, stand firm in your purpose. Be relentless in your discipline. Let each day be a testament to your devotion to the life you seek to create. Force yourself to be consistent, and you will awaken a power within you that no hardship can extinguish, no setback can defeat. Forge ahead, my friends, for the life of your dreams awaits you on the other side of your consistent efforts. Embrace this truth, and there is nothing you cannot achieve. Consistency is the key to mastery. When we speak of mastery, we are not talking about fleeting moments of brilliance or sudden strokes of luck. We are speaking of a state of excellence that is earned through patient, deliberate practice, through the quiet, unwavering repetition of focused effort. Mastery is built on the shoulders of discipline, and it is fueled by an unrelenting commitment to show up every single day, even when the world seems determined to test your resolve. In the pursuit of any great ambition, whether it is mastering a skill, building a career, or shaping a life of purpose, consistency separates the dreamers from the doers. Many start the journey with fiery enthusiasm, their spirits alight with the promise of a new endeavor. Yet as the days turn to weeks and the excitement begins to fade, only those who embrace the rhythm of daily action endure. It is in the repetition that habits are formed and skills are refined. Each small effort, each tiny improvement compounds over time to create a towering legacy of competence. Consistency does not demand perfection. It does not ask that every effort be your best or every day be a triumph. What it demands is that you persist, that you show up again and again, regardless of setbacks, regardless of fatigue, regardless of doubt. In doing so, you strengthen your mind and your character. You cultivate the patience and fortitude required to face challenges head on, to transform adversity into fuel for growth. Consider the master painter whose brushstrokes are effortless and fluid. Behind each stroke lies years of quiet repetition, hours spent perfecting the technique that now appears so effortless. Consider the skilled athlete whose body moves with precision and grace. Beneath each performance lies a foundation of countless hours of practice, each movement repeated until it became second nature. In every field, from art to science, business to personal development, the truth holds firm: mastery is the reward of consistency. This principle applies not just to grand ambitions, but to the simplest aspects of daily life. The habit of rising early, the discipline of exercise, the focus on a single task, each small act of consistency strengthens the muscle of your willpower. Over time, it reshapes the way you think, act, and live. Do not be disheartened if progress seems slow or invisible. Trust in the process. Believe in the power of showing up. For every effort, no matter how small, adds another layer to your foundation. And as you continue to build, you will find that the life you desire, one of mastery, purpose, and fulfillment, begins to take shape day by patient day. Force yourself to be consistent, and you will unlock a strength that carries you through any challenge and into the heights of achievement. Discipline trumps motivation every time. Motivation is a powerful force, but it is also fleeting and unpredictable. One day you might feel inspired, ready to conquer the world and chase your dreams with unstoppable energy. But on another day, when fatigue sets in and challenges arise, that motivation may vanish as quickly as it appeared. Relying on motivation alone is like building your house on shifting sands. It may serve you well in moments of enthusiasm, but it will not sustain you when the inevitable storms of life appear. Discipline, on the other hand, is a rock-solid foundation. It is the force that compels you to act even when your emotions say otherwise. Discipline is about making a decision and honoring it day after day, no matter how you feel in the moment. When you commit to discipline, you are no longer a prisoner to the rise and fall of fleeting motivation. You become the master of your fate. Consider the difference between a person who acts only when they feel inspired and the one who acts regardless of how they feel. The first may achieve sporadic bursts of progress, but their journey will be filled with starts and stops. The second, the disciplined individual, moves forward steadily, undeterred by doubt or discomfort. Over time, this steady progress compounds, leading to mastery and fulfillment. Discipline demands that you honor your commitments to yourself. It means showing up every day to put in the work, to practice your craft, to take one more step toward your goals. It means doing what must be done, not because you feel like it, but because you have chosen to live by your principles rather than your emotions. This does not mean that motivation is useless. Motivation can be a spark, a force that ignites the fire within you. But it is discipline that keeps that fire burning when the initial spark fades. Discipline teaches you to act on your decisions, not your moods. It builds a bridge between your dreams and your reality. There will be days when you wake up with doubt in your heart, when the weight of your responsibilities seems too heavy to bear. It is on these days that discipline shines brightest. It is in these moments that discipline carries you through the darkness and into the light of progress. Discipline is the voice within that says, "I will act no matter what." And with each act of discipline, you strengthen your will and sharpen your resolve. Those who achieve greatness are not always the most talented or the most inspired. They are the ones who refuse to quit. They are the ones who understand that showing up, even when it is hard, is the true path to victory. Discipline is not about perfection. It is about persistence. It is about building a habit of action, a habit of following through on your promises to yourself. When you embrace discipline, you unlock a power that transforms not just your actions, but your entire way of being. You become someone who can be counted on by others and by yourself. You become the kind of person who can weather any storm and still stand tall, because you have chosen to be the architect of your destiny, not the victim of your moods. So let discipline be your guiding star. Let it be the force that propels you forward day after day, no matter what challenges you face. And when motivation fades, as it surely will, discipline will remain, steadfast, unwavering, and ready to carry you to the heights of your potential. The power of small actions cannot be underestimated. We often imagine that success and mastery come from grand, sweeping changes or dramatic, once-in-a-lifetime moments. But the truth is far simpler and far more empowering. Greatness is built not in the roar of a single triumphant victory, but in the quiet, steady rhythm of small actions repeated every single day. These small acts, though they may seem insignificant in the moment, hold within them the seeds of your future success. Each small action you take in service of your goals adds a tiny drop to the reservoir of your progress. At first, you may not see the impact. The results may be invisible to the eye, and doubt may whisper that your efforts are wasted. But with each small action, you are laying a brick in the foundation of your dreams. Brick by brick, day by day, you are constructing something sturdy, something lasting. Over time, these small actions accumulate into a force too powerful to be denied. Think of the water that wears away stone, not with a single wave, but with countless drops over centuries. Your small actions are those drops of water, persistent and patient, carving pathways through obstacles that once seemed immovable. When you commit to showing up and doing the work, no matter how small the task may be, you harness this same quiet power. The beauty of small actions is that they are always within your reach. You do not need to wait for the perfect opportunity or the perfect moment. You do not need to be the best or the most skilled to begin. You simply need to take the first step, and then the next. Small actions do not require perfection. They only require your presence and your commitment. They teach you to value progress over perfection, to understand that it is better to do something, however small, than to remain paralyzed by the weight of your ambitions. In every field of human endeavor, those who achieve greatness are those who respect the power of small actions. The writer who pens a single page each day will soon have a book. The musician who practices one more scale each evening will find their skill sharpened and refined. The entrepreneur who takes one step each day to improve their craft will build a business that stands the test of time. This is the power of small actions. They create momentum, and momentum creates breakthroughs. It is easy to become discouraged when you measure your progress against the grand outcomes you hope to achieve. But remember that no mountain is climbed in a single bound. Each step, no matter how small, brings you closer to the summit. Each small action is a declaration of faith in yourself and your vision. It is proof that you are willing to do what it takes, day by day, to build the life you desire. So do not be deceived by the apparent insignificance of small actions. Recognize them for what they truly are, the building blocks of your future. Celebrate them, honor them. For in the end, it is not the magnitude of your actions that determines your destiny, but the consistency with which you take them. Embrace the power of small actions. Let them guide you through the days when motivation is scarce and the nights when doubt grows loud. Let them be the quiet rhythm that propels you ever forward. With each small step, you are shaping your future, one deliberate act at a time. And in this quiet power lies the key to your greatest achievements. Overcome resistance, for it is the unseen force that stands between you and the life you truly want. Resistance can take many forms: the voice of doubt in your mind, the pull of comfort and familiarity, the weight of past failures that whisper you are not enough. It is the invisible barrier that keeps you from starting, from persisting, from growing. And yet it is not an immovable wall. It is a challenge, an opportunity to rise above your limitations and claim your strength. Every time you feel the urge to procrastinate, Every time you consider quitting because the work seems hard or the path uncertain, you are encountering resistance. It is in these moments that your true character is revealed. Many surrender to resistance, believing that their discomfort is a sign to stop. But those who succeed understand that resistance is not a sign to retreat. It is a sign to push forward. You overcome resistance not by fighting it with brute force, but by taking one small step forward. Each time you act in spite of resistance, you chip away at its power. You prove to yourself that your dreams matter more than your fears. This does not mean that resistance will vanish overnight. It will linger, testing you, tempting you to take the easy way out. But with each deliberate action, you grow stronger and resistance grows weaker. The power to overcome resistance comes from understanding that it is a natural part of any meaningful journey. It is the mind's way of protecting you from discomfort and uncertainty, but it is also the mind's way of holding you back from your potential. When you recognize resistance for what it is, you take away its power to control you. You see that it is not a sign to stop, but a sign that you are on the right path, because anything worth doing will always be met with some degree of challenge. Remember, resistance does not have to be an enemy. It can be a teacher. It can show you where you have room to grow, where your courage and commitment are being called upon. Each time you choose action over hesitation, you expand your capacity to endure and to achieve. You overcome resistance by showing up, even when you do not feel ready. By taking action, no matter how small, you break the spell of inaction and inertia. The first step may be the hardest, but once you take it, the next step becomes easier. Momentum builds, and with it, confidence grows. Resistance is not unique to you. Every person who has ever achieved anything of significance has faced it. The difference is in how they responded. They did not let resistance dictate their choices or their destiny. They chose to act anyway, to keep going even when doubt loomed large and the road ahead seemed long. When you commit to overcoming resistance, you are telling yourself that your dreams are worth fighting for. You are declaring that you will not be held back by fear, by past failures, or by the comfort of staying where you are. You are choosing growth over stagnation, courage over complacency. So face resistance with open eyes and a steadfast heart. Do not let it steal your dreams or silence your ambition. With each step you take, you prove to yourself that you are stronger than your fears, more capable than your doubts. And in that quiet triumph, you will discover the power to overcome any obstacle that dares to stand in your way. Let resistance be your call to action, not your excuse to stop. In doing so, you will forge the strength and resilience that turn ordinary lives into extraordinary stories of achievement. Commitment to purpose is the bedrock upon which all great endeavors are built. It is the unwavering devotion to a cause that transcends fleeting motivation and temporary setbacks. When you are committed to a purpose, you are not easily swayed by the noise of the world or the doubts that creep into your mind. You anchor yourself in a vision of what could be and refuse to let go, no matter how turbulent the journey may become. This commitment begins with a clear and compelling vision of what you want to achieve. It is a vision that stirs your soul and compels you to act, even when the path ahead is uncertain. Once you have identified your purpose, you must nurture it with consistent effort and disciplined focus. It is not enough to simply wish for success. You must be willing to endure the trials and tests that come with pursuing something truly worthwhile. Commitment to purpose means showing up, day after day, with a determination that does not waver. It means taking action even when the results are slow to reveal themselves, even when progress feels like a distant dream. You learn to trust in the process, to understand that each step forward, no matter how small, brings you closer to the realization of your purpose. Along the way, you will face moments of doubt and difficulty. There will be times when the weight of your ambition feels heavy and the temptation to abandon your purpose grows strong. In these moments, remember that commitment is not about convenience or comfort. It is about standing firm in your belief that what you are doing matters. It is about honoring the promise you made to yourself to see this journey through, regardless of the challenges you encounter. Commitment to purpose also means embracing the sacrifices that come with it. You may have to let go of distractions, say no to comfort, and endure discomfort in the pursuit of something greater. This sacrifice is not a burden but a testament to the value of your purpose. It is the price you pay for the privilege of shaping your destiny. When you commit to a purpose, you discover a reservoir of strength within yourself that you never knew existed. You learn to silence the inner critic that tells you to quit, and you replace it with the unwavering conviction that your efforts are meaningful. This inner strength becomes a guiding light that carries you through the darkest nights and the most daunting obstacles. Commitment to purpose transforms not only what you do but who you become. It sharpens your focus, strengthens your resolve, and teaches you the true meaning of perseverance. You become someone who does not merely dream of success, but earns it through relentless effort and unshakable belief. In the end, it is this commitment to purpose that separates those who achieve lasting fulfillment from those who settle for less. It is the quiet force that drives you to keep going when the world says you cannot. It is the courage to act in the face of uncertainty and the determination to rise each time you fall. So let your commitment to purpose be your guiding star. Let it be the force that propels you forward when motivation fades and obstacles arise. With each action you take in service of your purpose, you are shaping not just your future, but the very fabric of who you are. And in that steadfast commitment, you will find the power to achieve greatness and to create a life that is truly your own. Visualize your success, for it is in the mind that the seeds of your future are first planted. Before any great achievement becomes a reality, it must be born in the quiet realm of your imagination. When you take the time to see yourself succeeding, to feel the joy of accomplishment and the satisfaction of a goal fulfilled, you are setting into motion a powerful force that shapes your actions and guides your path. The mind is a canvas, and your thoughts are the brushstrokes that paint the image of your destiny. When you visualize your success, you are telling yourself that it is possible. You are giving form and color to the dreams that might otherwise remain vague and out of reach. This vision becomes a beacon, a source of inspiration that calls you forward even when the road ahead seems long and uncertain. Visualization is not mere wishful thinking. It is a deliberate practice of aligning your thoughts with your goals. When you see yourself succeeding, you begin to believe that you can. And when you believe in your ability to achieve, you are far more likely to take the actions necessary to make it real. The mind does not distinguish sharply between what is imagined and what is real. By vividly imagining your success, you train your mind to recognize the path that will lead you there. In this practice, details matter. Do not simply see the outcome, immerse yourself in it. Feel the pride in your heart, the energy in your body, the calm certainty in your mind. Picture the challenges you have overcome and the sense of triumph that follows. Make it as real as you can, because the clearer the image, the more powerfully it can guide you. When you visualize your success, you also prepare yourself for the obstacles along the way. You begin to see not just the destination, but the journey itself, the effort, the setbacks, and the resilience required to persevere. This mental rehearsal steels your resolve and readies you to face challenges with courage and determination. Visualization does not replace action, it amplifies it. When you hold your vision of success clearly in your mind, you give your daily efforts a sense of purpose and direction. Each task, no matter how small, becomes a step toward that vision. You move with intention, knowing that every action is part of the larger picture you have already seen in your mind. In moments of doubt or fatigue, your visualization becomes a source of renewed strength. It reminds you why you started and what you are capable of achieving. It reignites the fire within you and drives you to keep moving forward, even when the going gets tough. Those who achieve great things are not always those with the most talent or the best circumstances. They are those who refuse to let go of the vision they have created for themselves. They see their success so clearly that they cannot help but be drawn to it, step by step, choice by choice. So let your mind be a garden in which the seeds of your future are sown. Water them daily with the clear, vibrant images of the life you are building. Let your thoughts be the sunlight that nourishes them, and your actions the roots that anchor them in reality. And as you continue to visualize your success, watch how the world begins to bend in your favor, aligning with the powerful image you have created within. In this practice lies the quiet yet profound power to shape your life and bring your dreams to life. In conclusion, let the words we have shared serve as a reminder that your greatest strength lies within you. Whether it is the discipline that carries you through days of doubt, the small actions that build lasting change, the ability to overcome resistance, or the unwavering commitment to your purpose, each of these elements is a stepping stone on the path to your success. Visualizing your future, seeing it in your mind's eye with clarity and conviction, is the final spark that ignites it all. Remember, your journey is not defined by the size of your steps, but by the consistency with which you take them. By holding fast to these principles, you will find the power to transform not just your circumstances, but yourself. So take a moment to reaffirm your vision, gather your strength, and step boldly into the future you are creating. One day, one choice, one small act of courage at a time.